When choosing a roommate, make sure that you're choosing someone that you trust.
I haven't seen you in years.
I would feel more comfortable with an old friend.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Hips in.
You don't always know someone the way that you think you do.
Where'd you get the dishes?
Be careful around her. She's got a dark side.
It's hard to see anything like this coming.
Open up, please.
Thank God you're here. Keep her away from me. This is my house, too.
Everyone has a point of being pushed too far.
Living with friends is the best way to lose your friends.
Some of the most disturbing things happen in the most quiet places.
What a beautiful day. Auntie.
Darlene is a very loving person.
Darlene Ensley has come back to her hometown to be closer to her family.
Tiffany, stop being a stranger. Get your butt over here.
She had lived in Omaha for all of my life until she decided to move to Georgia.
Come on in. Need some lemonade?
My mom, she wanted to reconnect with her grandsons, with my sons.
So what are your plans now that you're back in Omaha? Got a job?
Not yet. There are some classes at a college I'm interested in taking.
My mom, she's really smart. When I was young, I could ask her just about anything, and she always knew the answer.
So you fixed for a place to stay?
I'm still looking. All Tiffany will give me is a lumpy old couch.
I've wanted to offer my mom a place to stay, but around that time, it was just not even an option.
Look, Mom, there's just no more room at my house. And besides, a mother and daughter shouldn't always live together.
That's what you keep saying, but you don't mind it when I clean.
I mean, who would mind?
I wouldn't. Anyway, besides, I've got my eye on a place.
Really? Okay, where?
Across the street, Sasha's neighbor Angela Parks is looking for a new roommate.
Yeah, well, my landlord wants to rent out the other room. I'd rather take care of it myself and decide who I live with.
Angela works at a local bar that's as much of a fixture in the community as she is.
It's so long. Oh my gosh.
All the neighbors knew who Angie B was.
Of course I want to do karaoke. I have a good song for you.
I thought she was very fun. She was the life of the party.
Oh my God. You know, I gotta call you back, okay? All right, bye.
A blast from the past is about to expand her social circle even more.
Hi. I heard there's a room for rent here.
Darlene?
Angela? Angela Parks! Oh, gosh! Oh, my Lord, I haven't seen you in years. Is this your place?
I'd like to think so.
I had known her and my mom to be friends for a long time. I had seen her at my mom's house before.
All right, come on in, let me show you around. This is the living room we'd share.
Hold on.
Can't you see without them?
About as well as a bat. It's really nice.
The price for just a room was a lot cheaper than getting your own apartment.
And the rent's not a problem?
At this rate, it's no problem at all.
When choosing a roommate, you're looking for cleanliness, whether they're friendly, whether they're social.
This is the room that you'll be staying in.
I love it.
When do you want to move in?
Oh, I'll grab my things tonight. I don't have that much.
Okay.
Thanks, Angela. I can take it from here.
My mom, she was moving in with a friend. She was excited to have a place to stay in her desired part of town.
Is this Miko? How is she?
She died 3 months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
My sister, she passed basically from the disease that she was born with. I think my sister's death was really hard on her.
I wish we spent more time together. We were always so busy.
I think she felt guilty for not really being in her life very much.
Now then,
Is this all your stuff?
money's a little tight right now.
Oh, don't worry about it. You can use my stuff until you land back on your feet.
Thank you. I'm really looking forward to this.
Me too.
I do think my mom was lonely. I think that she does need to have people around her.
Do you want all the peppers?
Yeah, of course. All of them. Gonna hit the spot when you eat. Put those.
I do believe that in certain situations, roomies could be as close as family.
I don't think that either of these women could predict what was going to happen. There's small things that happen when we live with a person, whether it's replacing the soap next to the sink or cleaning up after yourself. These small things add up.
Thought you left for work.
I'm just gonna make myself something to eat first. Where's all my dishes?
Oh, I didn't think that was the best place for them. So I moved them over here.
I wish you would ask me first. That's my mug. My son gave it to me.
I'm sorry.
I said you could use my dishes and stuff until you get your own. When's that gonna be?
That's why I'm looking for a job today.
I know it would be very hard for her to find a job at this point in her life.
Everyone's asking for so many skills.
Boy, you must be good for something.
I'll wash the mug out for you, Angela, I promise. Can I help you?
Just want my mail.
Your mail? You don't live here.
I was Angela's roommate. Who are you?
I'm her new roommate.
Oh, really? She's not as much fun as she seems.
What are you talking about? Angela and I go way back. It's all good.
No, it's not.
My mom's like, well, you know, she's always been nice to me. Maybe it was just something between you guys.
Can I help you?
No. I got what I need.
Who was that?
Just a troublemaker.
People will warn us about people that we're about to deal with, and we won't believe them. She probably should have listened.
Oh no. Oh no.
What did you do?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Anytime that you have a new roommate, there's some questions about how much you want to give, how much you're going to take.
The next morning, Angela decides to make a point about boundaries.
Yes?
Angela, all our dishes and cutlery are...
I'm keeping them in here from now on. If you're gonna mess with my stuff, you can't use them anymore.
Mom said that she would take all the silverware. She took the dishes so that she couldn't go in there and make a meal.
How am I supposed to eat?
That's your problem.
Angie, she wasn't the same person behind closed doors that she had appeared to be to the public.
And Darlene's lack of independence is becoming a problem for her.
There's a lot of things that you initially assume about someone, and a lot of things that might reveal themselves as time goes on.
Well, maybe you should get a life.
Shut your ugly mouth!
When you choose to live with someone, you know that you're also choosing that personality. And that might always mesh with your personality.
If you like to party and they like quiet, or you're messy and they're really clean, it's only gonna get worse.
What are you doing?
Cleaning.
Cleaning? The house is already clean. Is that all you do? Why don't you get out of the house for a bit? Aren't you sick of it?
Angela, my daughter just died a few months ago. Could you let me deal with it in my own way? What's wrong with you?
Well, can't you deal with it in your room? I like my place the way it is.
It's our place?
I was here longer. Don't you forget that.
Then maybe you should clean up after yourself once in a while.
Well, maybe you should get a life.
And then he asks me for my number, and I said, buddy, I'm married to myself.
Angela is used to being the life of the party.
I would definitely say that Angie B was a North Omaha local celebrity. A lot of people knew her. A lot of people liked her.
The same can't be said about Darlene.
Oh, Darlene, what are you doing this holiday evening?
Watching some shows.
A very vocal person and another quiet person might work in the setting of a friendship, but when you're living together, it can become too much.
And what about your family? Aren't you going to spend some time with them?
Tiffany is going to a party. I don't want to get in the way. I don't like crowds.
She was difficult. She was difficult with family gatherings. She didn't want to participate the same way everybody else did.
Is that it? Or is it that nobody wants you around?
Angie would tease her and say, haha, that's why your daughters didn't invite you over for the 4th of July, or haha, that's why your daughters didn't bring you over for Thanksgiving.
Woo! Let's go have some fun.
I think it hurt her. She was very upset.
I don't think it's what Darlene imagined.
How can things get better in a living situation if problems aren't being brought to the forefront?
Darlene is starting to wonder if moving in with Angela was a bad idea.
My mom first started telling me about this stuff. She was very upset.
She gets mean.
Wait, you mean crazy and funny, Angela? I mean, that doesn't sound like her.
I thought that their fights were just some tit-for-tat childish bickering. I didn't take it seriously.
No matter what I do, I make her mad. I'm just trying to get my life sorted.
Then tell her that.
You're not there. You don't know what she's really like.
And I felt like, well, if that's the case, you guys are antagonizing each other. I'm not getting in the middle of it.
Come on. Look, maybe you just need some time away from the house. Want to do something fun tonight?
Well, it wouldn't hurt me to get out more.
Okay.
Have you been here before?
No, but I hear they have fun karaoke.
Well, who do we have here?
No, I had no idea.
Didn't y'all see the sign out front? No mother-daughter couples allowed.
Well, I thought this was a karaoke bar. Where's all the singing?
Well, I sing to my friends. Come on up, let's go!
She was always loud, wild, and crazy, but it was entertaining.
It's gonna get hot in here.
See? She's a blast.
As the night drags on, the good times come to an end.
Well, I've got to get going.
Leaving so soon? Why don't you get another drink?
Maybe another time. I got to get up early for work tomorrow. You ladies have a great rest of your night.
Angie had another side to her, an ugly side.
See what life is like when you got a job?
Angela.
Or maybe she couldn't just wait to get away from you. Darlene had another daughter who hated her so much that she died to get away from her. Seriously.
How dare you?
Darlene could be ugly too.
At least I'm not so desperate for attention, I'll do anything. And what about your children? When was the last time your son came to visit?
Darlene was very outspoken and blunt. Whatever it is that Darlene feels, Darlene is gonna say.
You're an embarrassment. And you know it. That's the sad part.
What, you think you're better than me? Is that it? You come back here. You just gonna run home? No wonder you have no friends. No wonder you have no life. Who'd wanna be around you? I'd die to get away from you too.
Shut your ugly mouth!
I let you in my house and you treat me that way? Ungrateful. I'll teach you.
That night, I expected something bad to happen.
Angela? Where are my glasses?
Mom didn't see that good, especially in the dark.
Angela? That you? Angela?
I can only imagine that she was scared. She felt unsafe in the home.
Who's there? Answer me!
You're not only a blind fool, you a stupid one too.
Angie would take all the light bulbs. She would put stuff in the hallway for her to bump into it. You know, and my mom, she would stumble around in the dark and hurt herself.
What'd you do that for?
Everyone has a point of being pushed too far.
It's my lights. I pay for them. I can do whatever I want.
She probably thought it was funny to watch her stumble through the hallway.
If you had a job, you could get your own too. But you're good for nothing, useless, ugly, and sad.
I think Angie might have liked to humiliate my mom. It might have been entertaining for her.
There's a boiling point where those struggles have just gotten to be too much.
Darlene has had as much as she can take.
Hardly even good for a laugh.
It was getting beyond petty disagreements and childish behaviors. It had passed words by then. It was escalating.
If they're left unchecked, things will only get worse. It will get to a boiling point.
Darlene?
Angie had hit her in the face with a can, like a can of food.
It tells you a lot about the situation, and it's just someone grabbing something that's available.
Darlene?
It was a really deep gash. I couldn't even imagine trying to hit somebody with a can. Like, that's insane.
What's your emergency?
I'd like to report an assault.
Angela knows she's crossed the line, so she decides to flip the script.
Open up, please.
Thank God you're here. Get her away from me.
Whoa, who did this to you?
My roommate right here, Darlene.
That's not true! She's the one who attacked me!
Darlene is the one that called the police, and Angie B was saying it was her.
She's trying to trick you. She did it.
Listen, I'm the one who called you! She hit me, look!
My mom was like yelling. She was loud and belligerent.
She did that to herself. She's trying to trick you.
She took the light bulbs out in the hallway just to mess with me!
Do you see the lights missing?
Darlene was angry. I mean, there's no other way to feel when you're the one calling out for help and they get there and they treat you as the suspect.
Darlene will do anything to get her way. That's why her family has cut her off.
Okay, no, that does not happen again, okay? You just assaulted that woman.
My mom must have been the more belligerent one, because that's who they took to jail.
I felt like Darlene would have been angry and confused.
Someone is called to intervene, and that help isn't delivered. It's probably the most lonely thing that you could experience.
Darlene is arrested and charged with assault. She spends the next 3 days in jail.
My mom called me from jail, and she told me that I needed to come get her. That's when I first started taking it seriously.
Three days in jail is nothing compared to the prison her home has become.
Mom?
I don't think I can deal with her anymore.
I felt like she was really scared when it was time to go back to the house. I think Angie was comfortable knowing that she could cause my mom harm and nothing would happen to her.
Look, I wish I had the room to put you up, but I just don't right now.
My auntie feared Angie B being physical.
It's gonna be okay. There's gotta be something you can do.
There is.
Darlene reaches out to the landlord for help, but he declines to get involved.
I don't think he would have removed either one of them for the sake of the other one, because it wasn't in his best interest.
The call to the landlord infuriates Angela.
You snitching on me?
I think that Angie thought that my mom would continue to be a punching bag.
You're gonna get me thrown out of here, out of my own house.
Angie realized it's serious. Like, I will get you evicted if you just don't leave me alone.
This is my house too. It's time you understood that. I have a record now because of you.
Really?
How am I supposed to get a job now? How am I supposed to get out of here? Away from you?
Doors wide open. You can leave anytime.
You're applying to jobs, trying to get yourself out of a situation, and yet the very situation you're in is also kind of keeping you there.
Go sleep in the gutter where you belong.
It was pretty toxic. I can't imagine them even seeing each other in passing and being pleasant.
Darlene was scared. Angie B had a petty, scary side to her.
Oh no.
There was already frustration between Darlene and Angela. Any kind of further aggravation would just make things worse.
For what did you do?
I'm cleaning it up.
Not with my towels. What did I tell you?
Just leave me alone.
It seemed like in these two people just reached that boiling point.
Angie's definitely got a violent side. You have to be pretty violent to pick up a weapon and hit someone.
Do that again, and you'll be sorry. Do you understand?
I would definitely compare their relationship to a domestic violence situation.
Say it. Say yes, Angela.
Yes, Angela.
You don't always know somebody like you think you do.
It's hard to see anything like this coming. When the very safety of the place where you live is being threatened, that can do a number on someone.
I think that every human being has it in them. I just think the right button has to be pressed.
If someone has to keep a knife under their pillow when they sleep, This is a clear illustration of they're not feeling safe. When you're talking about the cycles and the history of what leads to abusive relationships, these don't just happen overnight.
Any mail for me? How's it going with Angela?
She said Angie was abusive to other roommates as well.
I told you, be careful around her. She's got a dark side. Don't say I didn't warn you. Get out while you can.
This time, Darlene takes the warning seriously.
I think that her state of mind at this point was, this physical abuse is too much, I can't deal with it, I need help.
Luckily, she has her daughter to turn to.
I got your message. What happened?
And she looked like she had been crying. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. I mean, she looked terrible.
I need your help. I can't go on like this with Angela.
I believe my mom was scared. She believed that her life was in danger, and I believe her too.
Maybe it's finally time to get the courts involved before it's too late.
I said, if you have a restraining order and you guys both live here, the police are gonna have to make her leave. So she ended up going down there on her own and doing it, and I was really proud of her for that.
Angela learns about the restraining order and files an appeal against it.
But restraining orders take time.
The case is tied up in court.
Tension builds up in the household for months, especially the weeks leading up to their court date.
Until then, the two women are stuck in the house together, living only a few feet apart.
I do not feel that one could live in the same household with someone they just got a restraining order on.
I thought that if my mom got a restraining order, it would help, but it probably made it worse.
Oh, am I too close? In my house. You come in here and take over and try to push me out.
This is my house too.
Enjoy it. I got things to do. I'm not some sad sack of nothing that nobody wants to see. I got people who love me.
Angie did use the fact that we didn't come for certain holidays because my mom was insecure about it.
What's your family doing right now? Celebrating. Because you're not around to suck their life like you sucked the life out of your dead daughter.
Stop it!
Oh, that's right. You didn't. She didn't want to see you either. That's why you weren't there for her. She'd rather die than see you. Well, with enough luck, you'll follow her to hell soon enough. Oh, you could burn there together. That's if they let a sorry-ass life like you in.
I think everyone has a point where it's just too much. That breaking point, that boiling point, that pinnacle of emotion.
You think I kicked your butt the first time? I was just getting warmed up.
Stop it! I think that Darlene was to her breaking point.
When you live with a roommate, be sure you know that things can go wrong.
Where you going now, huh?
My name is Darlene Inslee. That night, My life forever changed.
The police arrived, I want to say around 10, 11 o'clock.
We don't get to write the script of our lives.
Auntie. Auntie.
When they brought Darlene out of the home, I recall her saying,
What's going on?
I had no choice. I didn't know what else to do. I had no choice.
I wasn't a brawler, wasn't a fighter. That night, just wanted her to stop.
You think I kicked your butt the first time? I was just getting warmed up.
And she started beating me in the head with her fists, and she wouldn't stop.
Where you going now, huh? Where you going to?
I'd go back in my room.
That's right. Run away and hide. That's all you know how to do.
Everyone has a point of being pushed too far. It's only a human instinct to defend yourself at some point.
I took the knife from under my pillow. It was dark everywhere. When she started beating me in my face, I couldn't really tell what was happening. I started stabbing, and I couldn't really see because it was dark. I was in shock. I felt it go in. It felt like when you cut butter. So I know I had stabbed her.
I don't think that a person goes into an evening with a state of mind thinking, yeah, this is gonna happen.
I looked at the knife and it had blood on one side.
I think she was just shocked that it even happened.
I called the police.
Is anyone hurt in there?
I was just in shock. And the next thing I remember, the police come in.
Ma'am, are you okay? Ma'am, put down the knife. I need a paramedic.
Walk towards me. Walk towards me, nice and slow.
We're going through and I see Angie. And I'm like, well, they must be taking her to the hospital.
Angela is rushed to the ER with severe injuries.
And they say that they couldn't revive her, that she's dead. And I'm like, what? She's dead. What do you mean she's dead? She can't be dead.
Darlene is charged with second-degree murder. The circumstances make for a difficult trial.
This was a horrible tragedy that unfolded over a much longer time.
Boy, you must be good for something.
I feel like Angie B and Darlene have equal faults.
Shut your ugly mouth!
I consider the situation to be self-defense. I do not think my mom wanted to kill Angie. I think that she wanted to survive herself.
Because of the history of abuse, Darlene's second-degree murder charge is dropped to manslaughter.
I've asked God for forgiveness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
After taking a plea deal, Darlene Ensley is sentenced to 8 to 10 years in prison.
My mom was paroled just last week.
Really, this situation just seems tragic. It seems like everyone involved was hurt in some way.
I thought that it made sense that they would live together. They were friends.
Any abuse, regardless of what type of abuse it is, it's a red flag. By all means, find a way out, find a way to leave it, find a way to live somewhere else.
There are always options. There's always some kind of resource out there.
There's another way to go through the hard stuff to make peace and find the light out of darkness.